Ai Weiwei is recognized broadly as one of the world's great artists. I'm going to show some of his works of art. This is the Sunflower exhibition currently at the Tate. There are more than 100 million seeds there, each of them actually its own work of art, created by hundreds of artisans over many months. And there's the beautiful Bird's Nest Stadium that was the centerpiece of the Beijing Olympics. In recent years, Ai Weiwei has become increasingly critical of the Chinese government and has faced consequences for that. He's had exhibitions cancelled, he's faced beatings, and his beautiful new studio in Shanghai was bulldozed on January 11th. We'd invited him to come and speak here, but because of his current circumstances, he couldn't come. However, he was able to get to us a secretly recorded talk on video. TED is a non-partisan organization. We have no formal stance for and against the Chinese government, and we've had plenty of talks here in the past that have celebrated the astonishing things happening in China, including the largest escape from poverty of more people than at any other time in human history. But we are proud to present the personal statement of a courageous artist.
My name is Ai Weiwei. I'm based in Beijing. I'm an artist. My work relates to art shows, communications through internet, architecture, design, and documentary films. In China, most internationally well-known internet sites being blocked, such as Facebook, Twitter, Google, or YouTube. In general condition, my name cannot even be typed in China, in the domestic internet sites. The line would come out like illegal words being used, or the article will just disappear. And because I'm the kind of nature of my work, which encourages a new generation of people who use the internet to be aware of the real situation. Also, we are very much indignant of truth, facts, which mostly are covered by the government medias. So my blogs has been censored, and also I'm constantly under surveillance. In front of my studio, there's surveillance cameras. Sometimes I even being tailed. My phone being monitored, and my internet account always been checking by the unknown people. I'm living in a society which freedom of speech is not allowed, and also it's very hard to find individual expressions through media or through any public territories. So to help the change, to help China to become a more democratic society, you need people who can act, who can give out their opinions and talk to the young people, and trying to find a way to encourage people to be involved. So only when you're doing that, you can have a civil society. So what I'm doing is more trying to involve my art with the reality, trying to build a possibility and to connect art and the social change. Since 2005, I started working on internet. I write on blogs and Twitters and organize activities through the internet. We did the 2007 fairy tale, which is art show in castle. We organized 1,001 Chinese to go over to Germany. And the whole organization and work is through the internet, which become a very success. And a lot of young people, first time, they realize the power of this kind of social media and social communication. And later, by 2008, China had a huge earthquake, which is devastating. And after the earthquake, the government refused to give out the truth of who is dead and how many of them. Among them, there is a lot of students, which is crashed by mishandling of the construction work. It's victimized by the corruptions. So through the internet, we organized investigation, and we asking volunteers to join us and to go to Sichuan, the local area, door by door, village by village. So after a year of research, we find out over 5,219 students, their name, their birthday, all the information, which school they were under, and their families' contact. So through doing that, we encourage a lot of young people to be involved, and we're always trying to remind people an individual can make an effort and also can make an impact. I think internet is the most valuable thing happened, because that's the only way people can freely associate with others and freely give out the information. But internally, China has a great firewall which forbidden any information they think is sensitive. So the struggle is always very strong there, because the government basically censors everything they don't like. I think in next few years, China is facing a moment for the social and the political change. And even through the past 30 years, China made a great difference economically and being much more connected and recognized by the international community. But still, we are still a communist society. There's some basic values such as freedom of speech and human rights, which are still in poor condition. And many people, only because they speak out their mind, they can be put in jail or can be put in very difficult situation. And by not to let people to have a freedom to get the information and to be freely associated with other people and to have a free election. So this whole political situation is still very corrupted, and the society sacrifice its environment and education and moral stance just to trying to become rich, and that cannot last long. And so far we don't see any real consciousness and willing to make a difference through the party itself. So we can see through the internet, people very aware of that, and but in the reality, and even internationally, all the Western nations are trying to kind of tolerate what's happening in China today. I think this is very short-sighted, and this will not help China to become a modern society. So I think what we can do as an individual is really to using internet and using the new technology and to communicate with young people and to have a much broader discussions. And to make the change more smoothly and to make the change because it will come and it's not, nobody can really avoid that. So I think this is a time for people to be more conscious about that.
It's the middle of the night in China, but I believe Ai Weiwei is watching live with us now. Do we see him there? Ai Weiwei.